Hour 12. Economic meltdown. Stock exchanges have already shut down. Banks freeze digital accounts. With ATMs offline and card readers dead, cash is king again, but very few people have any. In cities, food deliveries stop. Public transportation collapses. Confusion turns into panic buying. Social media blackouts spread rumors faster than truth. Emergency services become overwhelmed, not just by crisis response, but by failing communication links. Day 2. Supply chains collapse. Global shipping fleets, now lacking reliable GPS, drop anchor. Air travel is grounded indefinitely. Fresh food disappears from shelves. Hospitals run out of fuel. Some cities go dark entirely. Week 1. Lawlessness. With no communications, no access to money, and basic services failing, law enforcement struggles. Looting, fires, and street-level violence break out. Governments deploy troops to maintain order. But coordination is slow and fragmented. Some people turn to radio for information. Others form community patrols. Society begins to restructure locally. Months later, certain countries restore limited power, prioritizing critical services, but others remain dark. Some transformers take years to replace. The death toll, mostly from heat, cold, disease, and lack of access to medicine, climbs quietly. And above it all, the sun keeps shining, calm and indifferent. This isn't a movie script. It's a plausible scenario, acknowledged by NASA, NOAA, and multiple governments worldwide. At Infinity Beyond, we aren't trying to sound alarms. We're sounding the truth. We live in a civilization built on fragile technology, dependent on systems we don't see, and vulnerable to a star we can't control. And the more we know about that star, the better chance we have to survive its storms. In the next segment, we'll explore what steps individuals and communities can take today to prepare for solar emergencies. From backup power to communications alternatives, we'll lay out a realistic plan to protect your family, your home, and your future. Because if this worst-case scenario ever comes true, preparedness could mean the difference between order and collapse. So what can you do? How do individuals and communities prepare for a disaster that comes without sound, without warning, and travels at the speed of light? At Infinity Beyond, we believe preparedness is no longer optional. You don't need to be a survivalist. You just need to be smart. Here's a practical step-by-step guide for preparing yourself and your family for a solar storm scenario. Solar-powered chargers, hand-crank radios, and battery banks are essential. Your smartphone is useless without electricity, so keep a solar or crank backup in your emergency kit. Consider investing in a portable solar panel system that can recharge small devices or LED lights. Print out or download key documents: ID, insurance, emergency contacts, medical info. Store them in a waterproof bag or USB drive with your emergency kit. Cloud backups won't help if the internet is gone. Stockpile at least 2 liters of water per person per day for a minimum of 7 days. Include non-perishable food, canned goods, protein bars, rice, dried fruits. Don't forget manual tools like a can opener. Purchase a battery-powered or hand-crank radio that can receive NOA or local emergency broadcasts. CB radios or walkie-talkies can be useful for local communication if cell towers fail. Establish a family contact plan with an agreed-upon meeting location and emergency contact person outside your region. Consider a home generator or at least a backup power station for essential medical devices. Surge protectors and manual disconnects can help prevent appliance damage during power surges. If you live in an apartment, keep a go bag ready with basics in case you must evacuate. In prolonged blackouts, social unrest may become a concern. Ensure doors, windows, and valuables are secured. Consider learning basic first aid and self-defense, especially in urban environments. Bookmark NASA's Space Weather Prediction Center, SWPC, or apps like Aurora Alerts, which can provide real-time updates on solar activity. Join online communities or local emergency groups focused on disaster preparedness. You don't need to panic. You just need to plan. At Infinity Beyond, we believe the real power lies in resilience, not resistance. The sun is beyond our control, but our reaction to it isn't. By preparing today, you buy yourself time, safety, and clarity tomorrow. In the next segment, we'll explore how governments and global institutions are shaping coordinated responses to large-scale solar disasters and what it means for national security, economics, and the future of civilization. Because in the face of a solar storm, every second and every choice matters.